Hey, I got a phone call the other day from a photographer down in Texas, and we had just a great conversation about what's more important these days. If you're going to move into mirrorless cameras, is it more important to spend the money on a premium body, or is it the old axiom where you can skimp on the body and spend on the lens? Well, back in the DSLR days, you got to remember, I go way back to large format, right? 4x5, 8x10. And then we went into medium format. We never had autofocus in medium format. Then when we moved into small format, right, Nikons and Canons, we got this beautiful autofocus, and it was terrific. Well, now that we move into mirrorless cameras, we get even better autofocus than we do with DSLRs for multiple reasons. Now, that's not said to incite a riot at all. It's just stating that my response to this photographer was, look, if you're on a budget and you stay in the three brands of mirrorless cameras that the pixel coaches are most familiar with, and that's the Sony A6 and A7 series, the Lumix, well, particularly the GH3, GH4, and soon the GH5. And then, of course, any one of the Fuji X Pro, XT, XE series, we're totally fine with. But you will find out that when you're shooting with mirrorless cameras, sure, there are some beautiful zooms that have shifting apertures, but when you talk about quality lenses, that's where you get the quality images. Now, not that we make the world's greatest quality video. We don't. This video here is shot at 1080 HD. It's shot in AVC HD codec. Those of you that are kind of gearheads, that's one of the advantages of shooting in we're actually using the Lumix GH4 right now. But we're also using premium lenses. So I'm fortunate that I've got premium cameras. The GH4 qualifies as a premium pro camera for mirrorless. And I'm also using the 35 to 100 f2.8 continuous aperture zoom. Now that, if you're a DSLR person, that's the same angle of coverage that we used to get or still get with our Nikon Canon 70 to 200 f2.8. It's the same angle of coverage. So think of it as the same lens. And in fact, there isn't much cost difference between the two, believe it or not. But when it comes down to super duper premium quality, when you're going to make a big, gorgeous print and you want not only sharpness, but you want great color, you want to have beautiful autofocus coverage that you can really rely on, low light systems, technologies working at their fullest, you want f2.8 and faster lenses. Now, that's one of the things that has drawn me from DSLRs into mirrorless. It's because lenses that are f2.8 and faster than f2.8 are much less expensive. Take a look at the Lumix line. In fact, there's a couple super bargains you can get in there. You know, one of my favorite lenses, and I hate to use that, what's your favorite lens? But one of my favorite lenses, when I'm just going to take my camera and I'm going to go, say, downtown Chicago, or say I'm on my way to Los Angeles or New Orleans, one of my favorite spots in the world. One of the lenses that's always with me is the 25mm f1.4 lens. Why? Well, because it's 1.4, it's going to give me that super shallow depth of field. Great. Also, because it's 1.4, it's going to autofocus really fast. And because it's f1.4, I'm going to be able to shoot at night. I'm going to be able to set that camera at ISO 2500, go wide open at f1.4, and shoot at aperture priority, crank that thing open, and I can work at night without any flash whatsoever. I may use a little pocket LED, but for most parts I won't even need to. I think that if you're on a budget, you should skimp, buy used if you have to, skimp on the body, but spend on the lens, just like we did when we bought medium format and just like we did when we bought our first DSLRs. So if you're asking the opinion of this pixel coach, I'll say save your money and spend it on that glass. Will Crockett for Pixel Coaches, just giving you my point of view from a guy that's been shooting mirrorless ever since there was mirrorless. Hopefully take it from me, but try it for yourself and see, okay? Thanks. Bye.